What's up, guys? So, doing a little video here today because I'm being a little bit of a bum. I'm not out in the woods right now because I don't know. I feel fine, but I just feel a little run down. I got to go back to work tomorrow, and it's Friday, so it's Thursday today, obviously. But I'm gonna give you guys a rundown of all the deer that I've killed. I have not killed a lot by any means. I've got more than what's shown here, but I don't have like a trophy room just full of antlers. I've killed what I've killed, and that's all there is to it. Um, so yeah, let's get into it, guys. Like I said, I'm being a bit of a bum today. Just like I said, I'm just run down with the holidays coming up. Went to Disney with my family, Legoland with the family. Had a lot of fun. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. But we've just been running ragged, and I've done some hunting, and I've been very blessed this year. I've killed two of the biggest bucks that I've ever killed this year. So, I mean, it's kind of like one of them things where I think I'm okay to take a break. I don't necessarily need to, hunt hard because honestly, at this point, I really can't kill anything with the exception of it being east of the Blue Ridge, which I don't have any place to hunt east of the Blue Ridge. So it's kind of one of them things where I'm hunting does at this point, and I'm trying to hunt places that I never hunt before. So anyway, let's get into it. I'm going to show you guys a few things from the very first deer that I killed to the last one, obviously. So the very first one, I guess notable one, if you will, and he's not even that notable. I killed this deer right here when I was probably 15, I think. And a funny thing is, like if you see here, I tried to do a European mount on this bad boy. And like it was my first time doing it, and I just messed it up bad time. But I kept him because, like I said, I mean this is a deer that this was kind of the first one that I killed notably, because growing up with my stepfather, who was the guy who was the person that got me into hunting, mind you, like he didn't really kill like anything crazy big. I mean, obviously he killed bigger deer than I had, but the thing about it was he he was a hardworking man. Works for the power company and just worked a lot. So whenever he did get to hunt, like he was out there. Basically, he was out there. Whatever he found is what he found, and if he shot something, like it was obviously noteworthy for him because he thought like, well, I'm gonna kill it. Now I do know other people and who have hunted, and they have just absolutely just killed some amazing deer, just absolute like deer that I would just love to witness with my own eyes. A good family friend of mine, a buddy I work with, he has killed just. I know a lot of people brag about all these people on TV. He has just killed some insane deer. Like I mean, deer that they've killed the guys on TV that go to Iowa and Montana and Canada and Alaska. Like he has killed some whitetail that would give their biggest deer a run for their money. Like that's just how amazing of a hunter he is. Anyway, so yeah, that was like the first deer that I killed notably. Um, this deer, wait a minute. Oh, sorry. All right, so this was the next deer that I killed notably, and this deer basically I killed this deer fresh out of the Marine Corps because basically what ended up happening was graduated high school, went into the Marine Corps for 4 years, and I didn't do any hunting during that time. I did some hunting when I came home, when I got leave, but basically didn't do any hunting whatsoever during that time because it just wasn't really a priority list. I was doing my time in the Marine Corps, serving my country, and I just didn't really think about it. I'm like, well, I'd like to hunt, but right now that's not really a priority. But yeah, Killed that one right out after I got out of the Marine Corps. Um, I literally, it was, I remember, I actually remember it was December 17th that I shot him. Uh, and I don't know why I remember that date, but I just remember the date. And like I said, I killed this above my parents' house, and he was kind of just, he's nothing to brag about, but just a memorable hunt for me because he was trailing a doe, and I was bummed out because I didn't get a shot at him. But then he came right back over the ridge, and lo and behold, there he was. So, all right, next one. Uh, this one, like I said, was a deer that I shot. I shot this deer, and I regret that I did because he's not very big. But I regret that I shot this deer because it was more just an impulse. I had not seen any bucks that year. Nothing. There was absolutely nothing. And it was just so frustrating. And I saw this, it was towards the end of rifle season. And I just, like I said, I hadn't seen anything. It's just been nothing but does. I was frustrated. I was angry. And I, like, my worst judgment got the better of me, and I just shot him. And the worst part about him is I actually gut shot him. But I will say this though, that was the longest shot I ever took on a deer. It was about 400 odd some yards. I think it was like 438 yards altogether. And like I said, just bad judgment got the better of me. And like I said, I gut shot him, and just I was very like I was just mad at myself that I did it. Honestly, now that I'm looking back at it, I'm really, really kind of mad at myself for doing that. But it is what it is. Let's see. Yeah, yeah. This deer right here is actually a deer that I actually killed this deer on land that I owned. Uh, so before me and my wife got married, I lived on top of a mountain away from everything. My neighbors were black bears and woodpeckers, hummingbirds, and deer. That was it. And I actually shot this deer uh, with a bow. Yeah, I shot this deer with a bow. And yeah, it was a bow. Yeah, I shot this deer with a bow. I shot this deer with a bow from like 10 yards. Like, it was just so. It was one of the best shots that I actually had with a bow. I've only killed. I've only killed 3 deer with a bow, a doe and 2 bucks. I got the other buck in my shed, kind of mounted. Nothing special. I actually forgot about that one. Maybe should have grabbed that one. But yeah, I've only killed 3 deer with a bow. I'm not really a big bow hunter. I got into it a little bit there for a while, but honestly, it's just too expensive to do, in my opinion. That's kind of a big reason why. But that same year, I shot this deer. I actually made a set of rattlers out of him because his skull got messed up. It fell and broke. But I yeah, I killed this deer early muzzle, like the opening day muzzle loader. He was probably about like that. And the crazy thing was, this deer was young. Like, this was not a very old deer. Uh, and his genetics just were absolutely amazing. I mean, this is probably about what he was. Just absolutely insane about this deer. Like, his genetics were just like perfect. And the crazy thing is he had a brother who was a 10 pointer, and the only reason, like I said, they were brothers, because I have cameras. I had pictures of them from my camera, and just they were always together. Like, seriously, even during the rut, they were always together. It was weird. So I'm just assuming they were brothers. I don't know, but they just, yeah. This was probably up until uh, this was probably up until the 2 deer bucks that I shot this year. This was probably the biggest deer I'd ever shot, and like I said, he was, like I said, about like that. But just the genetics of this deer, I would have loved to have let him grow, but I don't know what it is, but there is, like, everywhere that I hunt, there's always a big issue with poaching and people road hunting, and I'm sure that that's everywhere. But the places that I've been and the places that I hunt currently have a serious issue with road hunting and poachers, and it's very frustrating because I would love to let deer walk and let them grow, especially now that I'm a little older, and I'm kind of like, I guess I'm a little bit more reserved. I've kind of like slowed down a little bit. And I'm a little bit more patient, a little bit more patient, not much, but a little bit more patient. But it's just frustrating because you can't necessarily. Uh, you cannot let deer grow because the people that I know of that are around the areas that I hunt just absolutely they kill anything with antlers. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but when you're road hunting and you're poaching deer, well, when you're road hunting and you're illegally hunting on somebody else's property, then it becomes a problem. So, but if you have property yourself and you want to kill, and you want to kill, these deer, or you want to kill deer like, oh no, you want to kill deer like that, like whatever, like it's your property, you do you. That is that's the best part about it. You do you. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise because it's your property and whatever you want to like, within the legal parameters of the law, whatever you want to do it. So yeah. So now we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes, I guess, of my deer. So this is the current 9 pointer, the biggest deer that I've ever shot, and I'm very proud that I to say that because he is a beautiful deer, just absolutely amazing deer. Was doing a little bit because I've here recently. I've really gotten into deer genetics. I'm very interested in deer genetics, and so oh no, I dropped a deer skull, and that was one that's pretty much already broken anyway. But I've really gotten into deer genetics here recently, and I've been measuring the skulls. So this deer right here, I'll tell you right now, with everything that I've seen from his teeth to the size of his skull, this was probably about a 4.5-year-old deer, maybe 5. Um, but yeah, for sure, definitely a 4.5 to 5-year-old deer. He was a amazing, just accidental find. I found him by accident. Just showed up and he popped out of nowhere, and I said, "Oh, okay." And then my last deer that I shot, which he's honestly, this is probably the most memorable deer I will ever shoot as of now. He is a 122. My 9 pointer, for anybody who doesn't know, check out the video. But my 9 pointer, I did an unofficial score on him, and he scored about 124. This bad boy scored about 122. But the crazy thing about this deer and the 9 pointer is that this deer, he is about a 3-year-old deer, and it's crazy because his skull is seriously probably. Well, let me just show you. His skull is seriously significantly smaller. I don't know if you guys can see that, but his skull is significantly smaller than my 9 pointer, and the genetics of the deer are just absolutely amazing. And I could tell you right now, the biggest deer that my stepfather has ever shot, he shot, oh my goodness, probably about 15 years ago at this point. I could tell you right now, I would bet my paycheck on it that my 8 pointer right here, he is the offspring of that deer. I don't know like how long ago, but they're so similar. They're so uniquely identical. It is absolutely insane to just look at my 8 pointer versus his big 8 pointer. It's insane to look and to just compare how big he is. Like he's obviously so. If I remember right, I'm pretty sure my stepfather's dad is about 50 plus more points than my 8 pointer. But that just goes to show you, my stepdad's 8 pointer was about a I think it scored like it was over 170. I could tell you that without a shadow of a doubt. I know for a fact it was over 170. But yeah. I mean, just absolutely insane though how deer genetics are, and I'm really just very fortunate and blessed that I was able to kill. This has been the best year for me because I killed two beautiful deer that just absolutely just were amazing, and I'm very very blessed and very grateful that I was able to do so. And I hope that I'm able to kill, well, harvest more deer, more mature deer. I'm definitely gonna, like I said, I'm starting to the older I get, I think you just you kind of get a little bit more reserved. You don't really want to fidget with, you know, little bucks like this. You're just like, it's just not worth it. But anyway, I hope this video was entertaining. This wasn't me trying to just showboat my deer because quite frankly, I mean, I have like two or three more deer that I could show you, but they're nothing like crazy. And but yeah, I mean, it's just crazy just to think how you know just deer are, the genetics of deer, and just how beautiful that they can be. Just absolutely amazing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you have a Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for watching. Um, like I said before, hope you guys will subscribe. I plan on putting a few more hunts out there for you guys to watch, and we're just gonna go from there. So everybody, stay safe. I'll see you next time on the hunt.